Hey, Carlisle with Brown Mountain Blooms. Kind of part two of my prepping new beds, how I do it. Again, like I said, several folks asked during the farmer's market, what I did and how I could grow these. So I wanted to kind of start putting some videos together to kind of start really at the best time. Obviously, you can see it's fall. It's the 22nd of October. And it's a little cool, been a little bit cool. We had a really cold spell and it warmed back up pretty quick, but I want to do a continuation on part one of the beds. So let's take a look. We start off with black plastic. This time of year doesn't quite kill the grass as well as in the summertime or in the late spring when you got really intense sun. The sun's already started to die back. So you kind of have to push it a little bit and let the grass mostly die, but you can see when I get over here where I pulled this piece back and we started to work. We still got a little bit, there's some live weeds in there, but we'll cover those up. Compost, we'll kind of sort through those through the winter, pull them out as they come up individually. Once the ground softens up, it gets a little bit easier just to kind of pull all those weeds out as they go, pretty much by the root and all. But this is kind of how we go. Like I said, from lawn, kills the grass. I like to go through and broad fork first, then put the compost on top. That way it's got, again, all winter to kind of, as it rains, to soak down into those holes, get down in that ground. Then we'll hit it again with the broad fork in the spring right before we plant. Look at how the soil looks, look how everything looks. At that point, we can make a decision on when we need to add something, not add something to move forward. But there you kind of see how we get started. Okay, if you remember, these were the first two rows that I started in the previous video. Sorry about the frost cough, but like I said, we had some 20s, so I had to cover up some of these. These are all, there's three things in these three beds right here that I prepped. Again, you saw that in part one of the videos on these, but what we have here is, yeah, these are all basically cool seasons. You can see these little babies in there. So this is some anemone, which I've got some more. I've got to finish the bed out, and I'm gonna put those in late spring, so that I can get a little bit. I want to see how these do up here first. This is the first year I've grown these, so I want to see how these do. So I saved half of them for the spring. So either if I have a failure, or I can actually get a second succession planting later, and I can get a second bloom of these, hopefully late spring, early summer. So, and then again, here's the third one here, and this is Canterbury Bell, and again, so really small plants, trying to get some roots established. It's been warm, which has been the nice part because I was a little behind getting these in, but I'm happy with it. But if you go back, you can see the rows now, so you can see I've expanded from 2 to 6. It's hard to tell with those, with some of the fall leaves, but you can see that how I've added leaves in to these as well. And I'll get some more in these. I've got some more over here I'm working on to get put in on all these beds. Again, I fork these up, put in mushroom compost on top of them, kind of let them sit, and they really will sit there most of the fall. That'll be the best results. Those others, yeah, I'm a little concerned because they haven't had time really other than the first two rows. I did that back in September, so they literally sat there for well over a month. So hopefully it cooled off. I know the mushroom compost did, but the question is, is it going to be good enough for the fall, or for the spring, I should say. So you also see where we've kind of got the planting. This right here, these are all dahlia tubers that I moved in. I do keep them in the ground over the fall. I will put even another layer on top of those to keep those insulated. The ground, it gets really cold here, but typically we do get some warm-ups, all through the winter. So the ground doesn't get super cold I did have those survive last year, but you know, hopefully they will. I'm not going to dig them up. I have actually more luck keeping them in the ground than I do actually storing them. So if you look at the last video, you can see now pretty much everything is gone. Yeah, that 29 pretty much took everything out. You see some calendula still surviving here. A little bit of the old snapdragons holding on over there, but you see some of the dead. Those are the dead cocoa golds. They just got smashed. Straw flowers back there in the background. You know, that's pretty much the only green you see with some weeds. Got to get in here and get some weeding done. But again, we're starting to get plants in the ground. Again, all the cool season stuff that I know will over winter, you know, it'll do best to get us going. Again, you see some more of the eucalyptus over there, and you see pretty much everything is dead. But you can also see how I try to leave a lot of the stuff in the ground, help the microbes out in the ground with the root system so they can survive for a while even when the plants are dead. I will come in and start slowly working those down, getting these beds completely covered for the rest of winter, and then so they'll be ready for spring. I may wait on a couple of these to see how they do, to see if they kind of come up late spring, but we'll see how it goes. See, I have an armadillo problem. Got to find that bad boy and get him moved. That's really my biggest problem, but if that's the biggest one, that's the only one I'm really not over concerned with. Again, there could be a lot worse things happening. So, all right, here's 6 more beds again that I've started. Okay, same thing, broad forked them all the way across. You know, broke up the ground. The ground is really hard. I mean, it has been crazy dry this late summer and fall. Like I said, with the exception of that hurricane, which we did get a lot of rain, but you know, it's a 2-day period, 3-day period, and then, you know, it has not rained since. And you know, we went well over a month before that with 0 rain, so it is super dry. The ground's super hard. So like I said, broad fork in here really hard. Then I come in and put the mushroom compost. You see on this one right here, I did not use mushroom compost on. This one I'm doing with leaves, and I do that every now and then just to get a comparison of seeing how things work, see which is better. I mean, the mushroom compost is not cheap, and you know, I'm trying to make money with this. You know, I need to be smart, so it's really see if it's effective. Plus, you never really know a lot of times when you put those inputs exactly, you know, where they came from, how good they are. You know, if there's some leftover Roundup, you know, from hay or whatever they've used in there. And so this always gives me a good comparison. So I got a side by side. I typically plant the same thing in both of those. I haven't decided yet. I planned everything out exactly where I want it. I've started that process, but really got to finish that up. But yeah, so that's kind of the work in progress since the last video. Okay, so well, that's, again, I want to put together some videos, kind of show you what I'm doing, how I get this thing started. Like I said, I don't know whether you're going to be interested in it or not, but I put it out there, and you can decide what you want to do or don't want to do. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are. I'll keep adding, keep putting things on there. I'll try to make more of these as I get going. Probably should have shown you some of the plantings, but then, you know, really busy with work, my real job, and so it's been kind of hard to get the videos done at the time I'm doing them, because I'm really trying to pack it in, especially now. Obviously the days are getting shorter and shorter, so I don't have a lot of time in the morning and in the evening to get some things done. So, but there you have it. If you like these videos, please hit the like button. That helps me out, lets me know you actually want to see it. And until next time, I'll see you later.